welcome to another vlog, and it's been a minute, but things have just been crazy busy over here. But today I'm just going to take you along and show you kind of what we've been doing and what we are going to be doing today. I'm out here in the horse barn, and I'll show you the boys in a second. They are in front of me, and they are outside enjoying this beautiful day. The weather has finally cooled off, and it's been actually enjoyable to be outside. Here's Sawyer. He's out here eating in the sand lot. And then we got Sock over here eating. You say hi, bubbies? So you got your hay net, and your brother has his hay net, don't ya? Each got your own. So we went to Ohio and did a trip again. If you are new here, we moved from Northwest Ohio to East Tennessee a little over a year ago now, and we are still moving. We have moved over 450 miles, and we moved ourselves, and my parents moved with us. My dad was a farmer. He lived up there on the same property his whole entire life. So he had things that he wanted to bring down here that require a semi to bring down here. So we went to Ohio and met a semi driver, as you can see right here, and we loaded it full of stuff. We loaded it up one morning, and the semi driver left that afternoon, and then me and my husband met him back down here that next morning, and we unloaded it. I'll turn you around and show you what was all on that trailer and where all the stuff is going to go. Some of you are probably like, well, how much stuff do you actually have in Ohio still? And that is a very good question. Hopefully we have 2 more loads and we can get everything. We have some stuff scattered at my husband's parents' house, and we have some stuff scattered in a barn yet. Is that where we lived at? But the barn is almost empty now. That is where all this stuff was that I'm going to show you. And we should have 1 more load of stuff, and then we should have everything out of there except our hay. But we can only fit so much hay in our trailer at a time. So when I say 2 loads, I mean like actual physical stuff, not including the hay. So we were almost there. Eventually one day we will be done moving everything, and we cannot wait till we have everything down here and it's all in one space. So I'm just going to kind of give you an up close on that trailer, because I know like there's a lot of stuff on that trailer that you couldn't really see. This was my grandpa's, my mom's dad's. He got, again, I'm not sure. My husband knows the year on it. I'll put the year down here, what it is. It's just something that my mom inherited when he passed away. So that is what this is. A lot of this is just miscellaneous stuff. This is a big wood burning stove that we used in Ohio to heat a shop, because obviously it was super cold there. We don't really have plans on hooking this up anytime soon. We just brought it down here because we had it, and if we decide to sell it, we can. That is a wood splitter. This is just a cement thing that my dad's had for a long time. And that is a hopper wagon that they use for grain and farming up in Ohio, but we actually used it for sawdust. And we may use it again for sawdust down here. That is why we brought it down here. We weren't going to bring it down here, and then we realized how much they were selling those down here for. So we're like, yeah, if they can fit on the semi, it's coming down here with us, because we can always end up selling it for a lot of money down here. But we had room on the semi, so we brought it. This is just some old wagons my dad had. So that is those. So they're just gonna sit in that shed. But again, they're really cool wagons. They're old and they have a lot of history behind them. So that's why they came. Right here is the #1 piece that I actually wanted to bring down and actually cared about and didn't want nothing to happen to it. This is a special wagon. Really any history, like family history behind it, but it's just a wagon that my dad picked up years ago, and I think it's really cool. There's a lot of history behind it. Somebody had a lot of history behind it. We actually, fun fact, me and my husband, when we got married on the property up there, we got married in our backyard, and then we lived down a really long lane and rode this up the lane after we got married to the reception that was in the barn. So I will insert some of those pictures here, but that little history of me and my husband with that. The other thing that was on that semi that you could see is these barn beams, and you're probably like, what the heck are you going to do with these barn beams? We actually have probably about 10 more barn beams in Ohio. We just could not fit them on the trailer because the semi-trailer was full. And these barn beams came out of a real old barn, and we actually used some of these in Ohio when we built our apartment. I can insert a picture here, and we want to do something like this again someday. We want to incorporate these into either like a barn or adding onto our house, something like that. So that is why we brought them down here. A lot of people like barn beams. People, if you find the right buyers, they will pay good money for these because they're very rare. These beams are all going to go in there out of the weather. So what it looks like in here. I know a couple videos ago we talked about this loft up here, and it is completely done now, and we have stuff up there as you can see, and we have everything out of storage except one storage unit, but we have like some furniture and some antique pieces that we obviously don't want out here in the dirt. But we went from 5 storage units down to 1, and it's a smaller unit, and we're able to get everything in it. So we are paying not very much for that one, and was able to get all this stuff out of storage. So I have stuff over here that needs to go up there, and then my husband got these pallet rackings from Ohio, and so that is where a lot of this stuff is going, is on these pallet racks. And then this stuff over here is going to get moved, and that is where the beams are going to go, and then we're just going to kind of, you know, fill stuff up, but try to keep things organized still. So we have a lot of things to, like, we're trying to get, like those barn beams, we want to get out of the weather before it rains in a couple days, so they got to get in here today. Obviously those wagons and that tractor I showed you are all going to come in here. So we're just trying to get this all cleaned and organized so we can bring the other stuff in here that needs brought in here. And this trailer is full. We brought this trailer with us to Ohio and put a lot of things in here that we still had that obviously could fit in here and didn't need to go on a semi. We've lost count, but we probably have done at least 20 plus loads with this truck and trailer. And so we have stuff in here that's gonna go in that barn as well. And now I'm gonna kind of explain what this area is here. So as you can see, the horse barn's right there, house is right there, pasture. And this pad right here that we had done is where this lean-to is gonna go. We are going to put a small building right here, and we're going to make it like a shop. We're going to have an office in there for my dad, just different things so he can have his books and tractors and a place to pull in a vehicle if we need to work on it and stuff like that. So that is what this area is here. We will be getting concrete right here on this pad, and we will be putting a small building right here. So a lot of stuff on that pallet racking in there is stuff that my dad has that is in totes. So that all that stuff will get brought in here, and we will have more room on those pallet racking for stuff that's in the trailer and some stuff that's still in Ohio. So we're slowly but surely getting stuff organized and put where it needs to go. It all takes time. I am outside of the barn here. It's starting to get dark in there, so it's hard to film. But as you can see, there's a whole bunch of beams right there that we have stacked up, and we are finishing up. We have about 3 or 4, I think, that are in front of me that need to go inside yet, but we're trying to get it finished up tonight.